What a lovely performance. So when she's coming back down into those lower notes, she's allowing the vocal folds to thicken up. Kia ora and welcome. My name is ZoeStibi and I'm a vocal coach with over 18 years of experience in teaching people like yourself how to sing. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Ariana Grande with Eternal Sunshine. I've never heard this song before. Super excited. Let's see what she's up to with her vocal technique.
What people say, we both know I couldn't change you. I guess you could say the same. Can't rearrange truth. I've never seen someone lie like you do. So much even you start to think it's true. Get me out of this loop. Yeah. So now we play our separate scenes.
So we've got this chest voice sound there with a considerable amount of air coming through. Ariana's coming right up to the microphone and she's taken the volume out, and that helps us to pitch in this rather breathy voice quality. But we don't want to be forcing air out.
Like you do, so much even you start to think it's true. Get me out of this loop. Yeah. So now we play our separate scenes. Now she's in my bed, laying on your chest, in my head, wondering how it ends. I'll be the first to say I'm sorry.
So we've got this chest voice kind of sound there, and that's the way that she's able to go into those head voice notes and really thin out without having kind of that big change going on, because she's going into a head voice without breath. We've got great articulation, hearing absolutely every word that she's singing, even though it really looks like she's not really doing much when she's doing it. And that is about the practice that you put in before you start singing.
Get me out of this loop. Yeah. So now we play our separate scenes. Now she's in my bed, laying on your chest, in my head, wondering how it ends.
So you can see now, again, I've got the other song in my head, but anyway, she's using those breaths and those using those breaths as the punctuation and also helping with the rhythm of the music. Let's just go back, because I actually I wasn't listening to the words, I was listening more like what she was doing with her vocal technique.
Then you start to think it's true. Get me out of this loop. Yeah. So now we play our separate scenes. Now she's in my bed, laying on your chest, in my head, wondering how it ends. I'll be the first to say I'm sorry.
So we've got this thinner vocal fold sound, head voice quality, but she's taken all of the air out of it, and you can hear she's probably going to beef it up a little bit. And when we're going into that head voice sound without breath, it's easier for us to maneuver the vocal folds to go, thicker or thinner without having these huge timbre changes.
I'll be the first to say I'm sorry. Now you got me feeling sorry. I showed you all my demons overless. Yet you play me like a Atari. Now it's like I'm looking in the mirror. Hope you feel alright when you're in her. I feel it good when he's on my side. You're just my eternal sunshine. So I try to wipe my mind, just so I feel less insane.
So we've got this, I'll be the first to say I'm sorry. So when she's coming back down into those lower notes, she's going into, she's allowing the vocal folds to thicken up. And that also helps with the mouth position. I'll be the first to say I'm sorry. Rather than going, I'll be the first to say I'm sorry. And really widening. So when we widen the mouth, it's going to brighten the sound. And she wanted to darken it. So she's gone to an kind of sound. And when we're up there, we have a couple of options, but she's not adding in much twang, but a little bit of narrowing is needed to not let all that air come through. You can see though, most of the time, unless she's gone to that thicker sound, we'll do it again and I'll point it out. she hasn't really gone very far away from the microphone, so it's not turning into that super loud sound. The volume is staying quite similar.
I'll be the first to say I'm sorry. Now you got me feeling sorry. I showed you all my demons overless. Yet you play me like a Tory. Now it's like I'm looking in the mirror.
There you go. She's got a mirror, and she's gone into that more of that full voice, so that thicker vocal fold sound. But she's turned her head away from the microphone, so it's going in there.
Now it's like I'm looking in the mirror. Hope you feel alright when you're in her. I'm starting to keep my hands on my side. You're just my eternal sunshine, sunshine. So I try to wipe my mind, just so I feel less insane. Rather feel pain than this. I'd rather forget than know for sure what we could have gone through behind this door. Yeah.
So in the second verse, she's gone into a little bit more of a thicker vocal fold sound, but we know that Ariana has a bright timbre to her voice. Whatever you want to say about her spoken voice, she's got quite a high set larynx in this position, like in this verse, but she's also a petite person. We know that she's quite short. You can see that she's quite petite. So usually smaller people therefore have smaller larynges. Okay, so the larynx is here. That's where the vocal folds live. That's where we produce our sound. Would go to stand to reason that her voice would also be higher and brighter. This high set larynx, and then she's got just this mini amount of breath coming through, but still chest voice sound. Let's just listen to it again so you can really hear.
So I try to wipe my mind, just so I feel like.
So she goes so high. She stayed in that head voice sound. Try to one more night. Try to whatever the words are. So she's gone flipped into that chest voice sound with adding that little bit of breath there.
Rather feel pain than this. I'd rather forget than know for sure what we could have gone through behind this door. Yeah. So I move and I move and I move. So now we play our separate scenes.
We've got a little bit more of this chest voice quality coming in there, but when you've got the volume that low, you can make really fine adjustments to the vocal folds. So going into that breath and coming back out of it again without there being this huge timbre shift. That's why you have to keep the volume so low. And one of the reasons why she could be speaking in this slightly brighter voice quality is we do always say that you should sing where you speak, but people used to say that we should speak where we sing. I got that way right round. So maybe she's been told by her vocal coach that that's where she should be singing in order to help her stay in that placement for her singing.
How it ends. I'll be the first to say I'm sorry. Now you got me feeling sorry. I showed you all my demons overless. Yet you play me like a Tory. Now it's like I'm looking in the mirror.
So we're up on the C#5. Now, for most people in the mixed voice quality, especially if you are not a trained singer, this would be high. But for a trained singer like Ariana, and with like her timbre and her vocal quality and her training, and just her voice type as well, this isn't particularly high for her. But for example, for me, this would not be a comfortable place in my range for me to sit for this whole chorus. So it's really dependent on everybody's voices, and everybody's passaggi sit at different places in the range. So let's just go back to the start of the second chorus, because we can really hear this timbre change. It's not getting a hell of a lot louder, but we've still gone into this more closed, slightly thicker vocal fold quality.
Separate scenes. Now it's in your bed. You've been laying on my chest. I'm in my head, wondering how it ends. I'll be the first to say I'm sorry. Now you got me feeling sorry.
So you can see there as well, there's a lot more tension going on in her body, whether that is on purpose or not on purpose. There is an increase in the energy. You could see there she pulled her shoulders back and down. That could be a way for her to support the sound, but it could also be that due to her training, she knows that she needs a little bit more tension in her body.
Sorry. Now you got me feeling sorry. I showed you all my demons overless. Yet you play me like a Tory.
So in that second chorus there, we had this cry going on there, and you can see her fingers were relatively straight. As I said, it doesn't really matter if it was intentional or unintentional, tension travels. So if you are experiencing tension, you can also shake your hands. It's a really great way to kind of overall release a little bit of the tension, because if we're feeling tension in here, it's going to be traveling as well to other parts of the body. But Ariana Grande, I'm not saying that she needs to do anything about it. She's like the utmost professional and has been doing this for a very, very, very long time. So that's up to her and her vocal coach to decide what she wants to do with her sound.
Can't shake this fate, rewrite, deep breaths, tight, just like death, rewind, won't wait, can't shake this fate, rewind, deep breaths, tight, just like, I'll be the first to say I'm sorry.
Lifting up the chin, not necessarily necessary, but it can facilitate allowing the vocal folds to stay together and staying more in that thicker vocal fold sound. I'll be the first to say I'm sorry. You know, you could also say that was a little bit of a quieter belt, because pop belt doesn't necessarily have to be super duper loud, but that would sort of be kind of a subjective difference between teachers.
Wait, just like, I'll be the first to say I'm sorry. Now you got me feeling sorry. I showed you all my demons, all my lies. Yet you play me like a Tory. Now it's like I'm looking in the mirror. I feel the light when you're in there. And he's on my side. You're just my eternal sunshine, sunshine.
So we've got a repeat of the bridge coming up, but just before we get to that, we do see with Ariana that she moves her mouth around in terms of the melismas that she's doing. So when she's moving, I'm terrible at those, but when she's moving around on more than one note to one syllable, that is called a melisma, or they're also called riffs and runs. And you can see that she's moving her mouth around. You don't have to do that, but it really can help you to change the timbre of the sound. So when the mouth is more forward, it's going to be slightly darker. When the mouth is wider, it's going to be brighter. What a lovely performance. I haven't looked at Ariana for a really long time here on the channel, so that was super exciting. The song was very, very similar in terms of the vocal delivery, but I love those types of songs because it means that we can really like get into the lyrics. And sometimes songs that don't necessarily have these crazy melodies going on are the hardest to sing. So let me know down in the comments what your favorite Ariana live performance is, because I cannot wait to have a look at her singing some of the newer Wicked things coming out, Wicked songs coming out. Big Wicked fan, can't wait to see the movie. So if you've enjoyed this video, then hit the subscribe button. It would really help me to help more people like yourself for free here on YouTube with their vocal technique. I just want to hop in here and say thank you so much for joining me. And if you're interested in learning how to sing, check out the link in the description below, because my online singing school, the Vocal Academy, is accepting new students. So if you want to sing better and get a handle on these techniques that Ariana's using, well, come on in. Anyway, back to Ariana.